line. D.A., take it away.
Thanks very much, guys. Well, the Celtics are developing chemistry. Robert Williams says our older guys are keeping a great energy, preparing us before we even get on the court. When you've got your main players fired up and they're talking in your ear, you got to follow their lead. Kevin?
Veteran leadership. David, that's why we follow you. And you're a veteran on this crew. Great to have you with us. Thank you for the report. Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. White and Doncic are the backcourt pair. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic, and it's Bates in at the 3. And for Boston, out on the wings, it's Brown and Tatum. Falls out there with Williams, and it's Rozier in at the point. And Greg, up and down the Celtics roster, so many of their key players were drafted by the Boston Celtics.
And Tatum and Brown at the core, but also credit to their front office. Rare to find a powerhouse built from homegrown talent.
Now here's Brown, and the rejection by Marjanovic. Porzingis against Williams. Williams with the block. It's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. Off the inbound. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Brown up and in on the layup.
Muscling that one in. JP is a strong individual.
And that was the Mobile One drive. Well worth a second look.
And putting that pressure on the rim. That's what it's all about. Threatening with that attack.
That's good from Doncic on the assist by Wright.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Wright, the pass to Bates. And the rejection by Tatum. There's Williams, and it's Williams with the jam.
Intelligent play by Tatum, moving the ball to get an open shot.
Rozier against Wright. Williams with the block.
Just haven't found their offensive footing yet, only managing to sink one of their first 5 shots.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Now here's Marjanovic. Off target from the baseline. To the middle. There's the killer two-handed slam.
And once Rozier spots that hole in the defense, he just doesn't hesitate. Just sends the ball to an open shooter.
Porzingis against Williams. Porzingis can't hit.
Just enough resistance to force the miss. Barely. That's one he'll generally make.
Here's Williams, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And one thing Williams has, a lot of natural strength. You can play him physical, but most of the time he's going to win that battle.
The Celtics shooting their first free throw of the night here. And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Celtics team.
And with this matchup being an East versus West affair, it'll be the first of only 2 meetings between the teams.
As a player, these ones are fun. You get to match up with guys you rarely see.
Here's Porzingis, and nothing is falling for him right now. Celtics leading by 7.
And staying healthy for Porzingis has been a challenge over his career. Not uncommon for players standing well above 7 feet.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And taken away by Brown. Porzingis with the block.
And the 7-3 reach of Porzingis being put to great use there.
And in New York, even before his injuries, the front office voiced concerns about Porzingis' ability to stay healthy.
Well, the track record for players 7-2 and up, not great. And today's game demands more movement from big men than ever before.
Here's McClung. And then jammed down right as he goes over Marjanovic.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Couldn't come up with a much better start than this. They just have to keep it going.
And great camera work showing up on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And it's Smart with the ball for the Celtics. On the 3 off target. Here's Bates, guarded by Tatum. Bates, good.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Williams passes to McClung, unloads from 13. Mavericks with the rebound. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time.
Oh, yes! A playmaker of Doncic's talents wasn't missing that gap. He quickly gets the ball to the wide open man.
Tipped away. Out of bounds. Dallas will take possession. Boston making a switch here.
Substitutions for the Celtics. Brent Williams.
There's a minute 34 left to play in the first quarter. Wright trying to get open is Marjanovic. And it's Wright missing.
The defense really made this an uphill battle, and he just couldn't get there.
Williams against Wright. Williams in the post. The kick out to Williams. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams.
You know, I think Williams has a terrific future. A charismatic, likable kid who can be unselfish to a fault.
Now, here's Doncic, coming off a stellar performance against Milwaukee. Just 5 to shoot. Trying to get open is Marjanovic. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
I like everything he's doing so far offensively, finding his spots, making strong selections.
And it's Williams with the jam.
An unreal athlete. Williams gets off the floor with such ease to power it down.
Now, here's Doncic. Williams with the block.
A main staple in Williams' game, that sixth sense for when to rise up and deter those shots.
And he gets the bucket. Williams has got 9.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
They got off to such a hot start, and that can keep you energized throughout the whole game.
Yeah, there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
And so it's Boston in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're playing a cruising game inside, and it's working for them. And don't go away.
All right, fans, give it up for...
And so far, through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle sticks for Boston? And when people talk about defense, the term boxes and elbows comes up a lot. Great for our audience. Can you explain what that's about?
It's a great point, Kevin. And listen, the two defenders on what we call the boxes, that's down in the low post area. You see those two boxes down at the end of the free throw line. And then you have the two defenders on the elbows. That's the edge of the free throw line. The idea to close down the paint.
On the court for Dallas here in the second. At forward, they've got Hardaway Jr. and Finney-Smith. Then there's Dwight Powell, and it's George in at the 2-guard.
And they continue to control the glass.
Kicks to Powell. Poke loose. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. And Tice throws it down.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stop.
Once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks, guys. Now, Marcus Smart is not shy with his philosophy. He says it takes little talent to play defense, but a whole lot of want to. Get every 50-50 ball, take charges, be a great teammate, compete, never be okay with losing. Kevin, he has always walked the walk, too.
He has. Defensive Player of the Year. He's a terrific player. No question about it. David, thank you.
Now, how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. Dallas calls timeout.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And Coach called his timeout to try and reset things on offense. Shake them up a bit so they can hopefully start getting some shots to fall.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And deflections, they're a stat that all teams track. They show who is the most active defensively. And that's when they say you can't teach tall. This is where size helps you, owning those rebounds on the defensive end.
It's good to see Rozier improving as a playmaker. Passes like this help make his guys better players.
It just seems, Richard, like Robert Williams is a guy willing to do anything to help his team.
And there's a whole lot he can do. His defense has never been a question. He can dish it. He's an aggressive rebounder. And look, his effort level, that's something you don't ever question.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
George passes to Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
Ahead and just hammer it home, why don't you?
He might not be the athlete that some of the other big men are in this league. My goodness, he still knows how to finish.
And he might not give you a highlight-worthy dunk anymore, but look, hey, 2 points is 2 points. And the big fella delivers.
Grant Williams is checked in for the Celtics. Neesmith comes in for Langford. And here is Neesmith. And it's Doncic, top of the key. On the wing, Rozier. Guarded by Wright. Brown inside the line. Goes back up. And that's 2 points on the layup. Falls at 6.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Fall with the rebound.
Got out the defensive effort. It's not easy to stop him getting in the lane like that.
The Celtics making a switch here. Duke's checked in. Mavericks trail by 14. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for 1.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
The Mavericks have split their free throws right down the middle so far. They're 2 for 2.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
For Dallas, they've gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Bates, no good. Celtics leading by 12. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Celtics have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
Tatum, he's checked in for Neesmith. Here's Marjanovic. Dallas again missing. Celtics have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
As a coach, you really like when Grant Williams is playing. He's kind of that hybrid who can play inside or play outside.
And guys, it's been fun watching the evolution of Grant Williams.
Yeah, he's seeing more time on the floor in recent years, and the three-point shot, that's what sticks out to me. The more he shoots it, the higher percentage he seems to hit.
Austin making a switch here. Smart's checked in. Here's Bates. Trying to get open is Marjanovic. Bates, no good.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
This is why he's out there. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
And that's his MO. Be physical, get in position for the putback, and throw it down. The defense got to know that's what he's looking to do.
They get it back. To the paint. Williams with the jam. Looking it over. And the rejection by Tatum.
The all-star Tatum engaged on defense. That's a scary sight for opponents.
And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Dallas calls timeout. And Marcus Smart, GA, the very definition of a guy you love on your team, but hate to play against.
Yeah. And teams that go deep need that sort of presence. Smart is more than just an agitator, though. Great player who anyone would want to play alongside.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Just 5 on the clock. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Here's Finney-Smith. That one rolling around and rims out.
No matter what looks they get, They just can't convert to stop this run.
This is snowballing for them. They've got to get a good look next time down.
And nice job taking what the defenders gave him. But these guys need a gut check right now.
Yeah, you'd love to see a little bit more fire on defense. They can't just be giving the game away.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And so it's Boston, holding a 22-point lead as the quarter wraps up. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And we'll be right back after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. Looks like this could be an upset in the making. I'm Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Out in front at the half is Boston. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, give us your take.
When you can generate second chance points the way they have.
And that's all we have for now.
Here they come.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Dallas shooting a pretty sorry 29% from the floor here. Out on the wings, it's Brown and Tatum. Williams is out there with Fall, and it's Rozier in at the point guard. That's the Boston Five.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
A point guard getting up like that? Boy, that is special.
Porzingis against Williams. Tatum, that's for two, with nobody on him. There is the jumper. Tatum's got 7 points.
The mechanics of Tatum's jumpers are so to shoot at will there.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression.
And are in front right now because of him. He keeps draining these shots at a ridiculous clip.
Oh, what an impressive dribble drive. That replay brought to you by Mobile One.
Didn't settle for anything outside and went right to the rim.
Richard, you were part of the Cavs team that came back from 3 games to 1 down in the NBA Finals to win the title. Remarkable. Just how hard was that to do?
Well, let me say this. I think it was the greatest championship ever. And I'm not being biased. Those are the facts. They were the defending champion. They had the 2-time MVP. They won 73 wins that year. So for me, that was the most special comeback.